All right, welcome to the Here's the Deal channel. Let me make sure that you guys can hear me. If you can, put a 5x5 in the room before I start yapping my jaw. Let's see. Can we hear? Is it working? Do I have enough bandwidth? All right, well, yes, I think it's working. I heard myself. What's up, Steve? What's up? Shizu, Back of Shamil, Outsider, D-Pat, Stupid. Stupid is here. Stupid. My mom always said, stupid is the stupid does. South Bama's here. South Bama Gump. Is that relation to Bubble Gump? Tell Bubble Gump we said hi. Why don't you tell him? Awaken. The awakened Satan with Christ is here. I see your comments all the time, man. To a confirmed Beatrice is here. John, the white man is here. Peter, our guy, 936. All right, guys, I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. This is one of those videos. This is one of those live streams where I was compelled in the depths of my spirit. And I'm not saying that lightly at all. I was compelled to do this. I couldn't not do this. If it was within my power to do it, I had to do it because I want peace on this earth. I don't want war. I don't want to create more enemies. I want to see if we can't convert those enemies into friends. So that's my attempt tonight. Even though I'm going to go over and probably have some harsh things to say, I say harsh, about Frauditor Troll and his diagnosis of this person he calls a frauditor. I want Josh from the Frauditor Troll channel and from all the other people who claim that auditors are frauditors to just give me a second, okay? Just give me a couple minutes, listen to what I have to say. I want to be on the same team. Of course, it has to be rooted in truth. It has to be in the foundation of wisdom. It's got to be on the bedrock of morality, doing what is right, regardless of what other people say, and exposing and discontinuing doing that which is wrong. So, and also, there's something about me that you should know. I tend to be a very black and white person to my detriment sometimes. I mean, sometimes I will not consider nuance, and that's a problem. And that's why I say none of us is greater than all of us, and we can all correct ourselves. The reproofs of instruction are the way of life. How do you get through life? You get instruction. You get it through books or through the internet or through your friends or through your family, through your mom and dad. You accumulate this knowledge, and the garbage knowledge that comes your way, you spit out, and then you pick out the bones and you take the meat. So what I'm attempting to do here is try to be as fair and balanced as I can be and unbiased as I can be. But let's admit, to some extent or another, we all have some kind of bias. But what's your bias skewed toward? Is your bias skewed toward immorality and tyranny and darkness? Or is it skewed toward morality and freedom and light? Because really, in my estimation, and this is me going black and white with this thing, there's really no in between when you're talking about freedom versus tyranny. And what I see auditors doing, and am I on board with what every auditor does in their personal or private lives and or their public lives? No, I'm not on board with everything. But the basic tenet, I think, is we need to carve out for ourselves more freedom. Because if you don't have freedom, you don't have life. And we see what happens to nations when they lose all their freedoms, when they get their right to protect and defend themselves taken away by their governments. What usually happens in a very short period of time? Usually they have to dig these massive holes, these massive graves, and shove a whole bunch of people who gave away their rights. Giving away your rights is a bad idea, historically and logically speaking. So when I see somebody with a video camera not harming anybody, not threatening to harm anybody, not depriving anybody of their property or damaging property and refusing to pay for it, when I see somebody with a camera in a public place, I don't think, man, we got to get him. We got to shut him down. We got to censor him. We got to put the cuffs on him. We got to do bad things to him. We got to, execute violence on him. No, I don't even think that. So it doesn't compute when I see other people applauding tyranny. And that's what I see Frauditor Troll do, is applauding tyranny. Now we're going to go over his diagnosis or his, review.
Welcome back,
of this guy's channel right here. This is First Amendment Protection Agency, and it looks like he set up his channel on September 11th, 2023, and he put out a video that I think it's worth considering. I saw San Joaquin Valley Transparency has covered this. Day before yesterday, when I saw that this had come out and Auditor Troll did something on it, I was like, man, I can't even stand what this guy is saying about First Amendment Protection Agency. And what this guy, what Auditor Troll calls this guy is tough guy frauditor gets arrested 3 times. This is actually a very fascinating video. We're going to get it into in a second, but I want to just outline what is the definition, because I'm a simple dude. I just want to go back to the dictionary definition of what the heck is fraud. Fraud in a dictionary context is wrongful or criminal deception. Wrong as opposed to right. The exact opposite of right. Wrongful or criminal. What is criminal? You don't have a crime unless you create a victim. Was somebody harmed, threatened to harm? Was their property damaged and you refuse to pay for it? It's basically being unjust. It's violating the golden rule. Not doing to others or doing to others what you wouldn't want done to you. So fraud is wrongful or criminal deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. So it's gaining from deception or deceiving people or lying to them or presenting something that's not true in a criminal way. So Auditor Troll is calling First Amendment Protection Agency a criminal that is doing wrong. Let's listen. Let's go through it. This may be, stay with me. Okay, guys, if you have comments, I want to hear what you guys have to say. And let's put our heads together and kind of get to the bottom of this, because I want freedom. If it's possible, I want Josh from Auditor Troll channel to be on our side. In other words, the side that wants freedom, the side that wants to push back the tides of tyranny. Okay, so let's listen to this.
everybody. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at a new-ish frauditor by the name of First Amendment Protection Agency.
By the way, that's an accusation of wrongdoing. Anytime you call somebody a frauditor, I'm not going to be stopping it like this often, but I just want to make it clear. When you're calling somebody a fraud, you are literally saying that they are involved in wrongful or criminal deception. You are calling them a criminal.
And yeah, he's quite a clown. In this video, he says that he got arrested 3 times. What actually happened is that he got arrested once, but he got handcuffed on 3 separate occasions. Now, he claimed that the police chief resigned after this video. I have no way of verifying that, and I don't believe frauditors at their words. So I'll leave that up in the air for you to decide for now. Without further ado, enjoy the video.
This is quite...
What are you in the middle of? Recording.
Let me just give you one more piece of background, okay? The guy who we're watching through the eyes of his body cam is this New Ellington, South Carolina police chief, last name Middleton. Middleton is no longer with the South Carolina New Ellington Police Department. You know, some people are saying it's because he harassed this kid. I read reports where it has something to do with domestic abuse or reports of domestic abuse. I don't know if it's true or not. It may be. We know from the FBI crime stats that people who are in positions of power, like law enforcement agents, are 40% more likely than the general population to be domestic abusers. So I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't know if it's true or not. I just haven't looked at it. It could be. There could be evidence for it. I just don't know. I do know that he's no longer with the New Ellington, South Carolina Police Department. There's a new interim police chief. So that is who is addressing this kid. His last name is Middleton. He is the police chief. So in other words, all crap rolls downhill. He is the top. No stream can rise higher than its source. In that police department, he is the source. So if he's bad, what do you think the chances are that his underlings are bad? That's how serious this situation is.
That one right there.
Oh, you want the history of New Ellington?
I'm sorry?
You want the history of New Ellington?
Maybe a little bit of it, wherever I can find in the public areas in here, yeah.
Okay, there's a library over there and give you all of it.
Okay, thank you. I did see that actually when I pulled up.
Okay.
From that way.
Taking 200.
200.
Show me out at my police department with a gentleman who is recording on the inside of the building. No, sir.
Okay, so what did he say over the radio? He's recording inside the building. That's his crime. That's his fraud.
Are you?
Restricted area.
Where does it say that?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, if you don't mind, please,
No,
exit.
I do. That's
Exit, please.
no, thank you.
I'm only going to give you one more opportunity.
And then what's gonna happen?
Okay? Exit the building.
No, thank you. Not right now. I'm not. As soon as I'm done.
Come on, sir. Please.
Excuse me.
Please.
Excuse me.
Let's
don't
exit,
touch
please.
me. Please don't touch me.
Let's exit, please.
Please do not touch me.
Let's exit.
Please don't touch me.
Let's exit, please, sir.
Can I have
Sir,
your name and badge number?
I'm Chief Middleton.
Okay.
My badge number is 200. Okay?
So why are you?
You can please
why are you
exit.
putting your hands on me?
I'm going to exit you out of the building.
Okay, no, you're
Okay?
not. First
I'm
of
not
all,
assaulting
that's
you.
right.
I'm not doing anything. I want to
didn't.
escort you out of the building.
You didn't. You
No,
didn't
I did not
assault.
assault you.
Okay.
No, I did not.
So,
assault comes
when
with
I walk by-
any type of aggressive behavior.
No, that's-
I grab your arm.
Okay, he can say that, but if you just put your hand on the shoulder or the badge of a cop, you know what's going to happen to you. You'll probably lose that arm.
And
You're
did
right,
this.
You did not assault
Just
me.
like
You battered
this.
me. You
Let's go.
battered me. That's unnecessary battery.
Sir, please. Exit our building. This is enough.
No, thank you. I'm gonna walk by now.
You're not going to walk by.
So why are you
Okay.
doing this? Why are you doing this?
This
You
is
have a body
this
cam.
is the police. I do have a body cam, and it is recorded.
So why are you
Okay?
touching me and over?
Sir, please don't make this something more than what it is. Okay?
I didn't say a word to you. You came up to me and put your hands on
What
me.
is your agenda here?
What is my agenda?
That's right. What are you
I
doing?
don't need to tell you.
You say you were doing history. So you record that.
That's
You can
more
go to the
information
library.
than I need to give you. already.
Okay?
That's already more information than I need to give you.
Okay. Sir, you're making this more difficult than what it is.
And so are you.
Okay?
At the very same time.
No, it's not. All right?
No.
So the guy who walked up to the guy who wasn't bothering anybody is telling the guy who wasn't bothering anybody, you're making this difficult. Really? How does that work in any universe?
It's
If
not.
you don't mind, I would like for you to exit this building.
I do. I already
Okay.
told you that like 4 times.
All right. You under arrest?
Sir.
Now you're trespassing on public property.
Look, trespassing on public
Yes,
public
I gave
property.
you- I gave you-
Trespassing on public property. Do you guys see this? You guys see this?
I gave you plenty of opportunities, sir.
Well, okay. I want you to think about what you're doing right now.
No, you're making things more difficult
I
than what
want
it
you to
is.
think about what you're doing.
I would like for you to exit the building.
Okay.
But what you're doing is you don't want to exit the building. Okay?
Correct. I already told you that.
You're recording in here.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
You said you're recording for history. Your history is there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
This is the police department.
Yep.
All right?
Absolutely. So now what? Now where are we gonna take this? This
gonna
ought to
go
be
on the
fun- This ought
outside.
to be fun for you.
Mana Pants UK says, here's the deal. The title makes it look like you're saying First Amendment protection is a frauditor. It looks really insulting. Is that what you meant? That's why I put the question marks behind it. This auditor is a fraud? Question mark? Because that's what Frauditor Troll is calling him. Frauditor Troll is literally calling this kid who literally did nothing wrong on camera. He is caught not doing anything wrong. He's caught not only doing nothing wrong, he's caught doing everything right. He's caught standing on his and yours and my constitutional rights. By extension, he's literally standing for every single American, whether they know it or not. And Frauditor Troll is calling a man who's standing for everybody's rights, including Frauditor Troll's rights, a fraud, a criminal, a literal criminal. Just let's visit it again. Somebody engaged in wrongful or criminal deception. That's what Frauditor Troll is calling this guy. And so I want to call it out, and I wanted to make this video so that we could have this as historical documentation of what's actually being said here.
And then you're going to leave.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna step right back in as soon as you take these cuffs off of me because you know you're making a mistake right now. You know you're making a mistake.
I asked you to exit, and you did not exit.
Look, this is gonna be illegal search and seizure.
It's not illegal search and seizure.
Oh, why is that?
Because I don't have to search you.
Have you been drinking? It's not illegal search and procedure. Have you been drinking, Ossifer?
Sir,
Because I detained you so you can get out of my building.
My phone. Is that what you detained me to get out of your building?
To get you out of my building.
You know, you were at the football game a couple weeks ago. You know.
I surely was.
So at this point, I do believe, in my humble opinion, that the officer, the police chief, is about to do a little bit of a mistake. Because what he's about to do is a catch and release situation. So he handcuffed him, he brought him outside, and then he released him with no charges. I guess he was trying to cut him a break. But when you're dealing with frauditors, you don't cut them breaks, because if you give them an inch, they take a mile. Now, if he would have just charged him, bring him to the jail, call it a day, because the frauditor is clearly in the wrong, then I think it would have looked better. But
He just solidified it. The frauditor is clearly in the wrong, as opposed to being in the right. The opposite of wrong is right. The opposite of right is wrong. He's saying the frauditor who's engaged in criminal deception is clearly in the wrong. It couldn't be more clear what Josh is actually saying here. And that infuriates me, because basically what Josh is saying is that I don't know if he has kids or not, or if he has family members that he loves, but if a family member was somewhere in public exercising their right to grab their cell phones and just record something in public, he's okay with a badged tyrant walking up to them and infringing on their rights. He's okay with that. And what he's saying, where he's saying the cop did wrong, is he wasn't tyrannical enough. I don't understand Americans calling for the chains of their own oppression. Hey, you got the chains on me, but they're not tight enough. Could you screw them into my wrists a little bit more? That doesn't compute.
watch the video and let me know what you think about this in the comment section.
Mistake, my man. Thank you for taking the cuffs off me.
And I copy
Appreciate that.
Now
We took that, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you guys ever seen that? The guy's in the police station, not just any cop, but the police chief arrests him, puts the torture cuffs on him, takes him outside, and then takes the cuffs off. This is bizarre. Oh, Frauditor Troll's not American? Oh, is he Canadian? Because he says he says this word like about. He says about like a boot or whatever, however they say it. Oh, okay, so that explains it. But still, freedom is not I'm glad you said that. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not an American, but he is a human being. And I don't care if you're on the north side of the American border in Canada or the south side of the American border in Mexico, or if you're in New Zealand or China or Russia, you're a human being. And nobody's got the right to take away your rights. If I have unalienable rights that haven't been given to me and rights that can't be taken away, then you have them. If you have them, then everybody else has them, and nobody's got a right, nobody's got a higher claim over your life and property than you. It's a very, very simple moral, it's not even a dilemma. It's a very simple moral concept.
Go to the front.
Now he's going to rush through and go, this guy
He's gonna
can't come in.
try to come right back in. I'm
The
not going to let
people's
this guy
building.
in.
So glad we got body cams. So glad.
Maria, I'm going to lock this building.
Here he comes.
You got the key? You got the key?
This guy thinks he can exercise his rights in here. Ain't going to happen on my watch.
Back up, please, sir.
No, thank you.
We're
For what?
closed.
No, you're not.
Back up.
No, you're not.
Back
You're
up,
not
sir.
closed. No, thank you.
We're not playing this. I'm
No,
not playing this
I-
with you. No. Back up, sir.
No,
You
please-
can't put your
please
foot
do
there.
not t-
You
please do
cannot
not
put
your
your foot
hands
there
on
to
me.
restrict
Dude, you
this.
congratulations,
Sir, please.
Hey, I just want to tell you something. Congratulations, you just earned the state of South Carolina a humongous lawsuit.
Sir,
humongous.
please.
Humongous. You guys see this? I have
All the troublemakers are in the room. There's Leroy Truth Investigations. There's Accountability for All. Bacchus Mills here. Ex-bootlicker. Highway 99. All the likely troublemakers are in the room. Trouble for tyranny, that is.
to fight this man right now. I have to fight this man. Do you guys see this? Congratulations.
10-4.
Congratulations.
Sir,
You just earned
please.
yourself and the state of
Please
South Carolina a huge,
exit the area.
humongous lawsuit.
Please exit the area.
Humongous.
Please.
Humongous.
This
I
is
would
what you
suggest to
want.
I
This
would
is what
suggest
you
to
want. You
I
want to
would
come in
suggest
here and
to you
make
that you just let me walk by.
No,
and do
I
my
don't
business
suggest
and you go
anything.
about your day.
Okay?
That's what I would suggest to you. Okay?
Does she have the no sir. No sir.
You guys see this?
No sir. Please exit the building.
Or what?
You're trespassing.
No, I'm not.
Okay?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Please exit the
The reason
building.
why I'm still not in cuffs right now is because you know it's not true.
No. The reason why you're not in
yeah,
cuffs
yeah,
is because
yeah.
I gave you an opportunity.
An opportunity
okay?
for what?
An opportunity to exit.
Do you guys understand why you cannot be trespassed from a public property unless you've committed a crime? I don't understand why cops don't understand the difference between private and public property. If you own the property, you have the right, the unalienable right to tell people to get off your property if you want. That is not the case. That luxury is not afforded with public servants who are sitting on the property of a publicly funded taxpayer building or property. They can't do that unless you're causing trouble and you're infringing on the rights of other people. You can't simply trespass people because you say they're trespassed. It's an impossibility. It's not legitimate.
When I told you
I'm
to
giving
exit.
you an opportunity
Okay.
right now to not break the law.
Okay.
Okay?
Please leave, sir.
No, thank you.
Please leave.
No, thank you.
Hey, Georgia, can you get me a deputy over here?
You're the chief. What do you need a deputy for? Deputies know the law better
Sir,
than you.
please. Exit our building.
Our building.
Good Lord. From 19 East Driveway.
Do you have the lock?
Unfortunate. My dad's gonna love to hear this. My dad is gonna love to hear this. He's gonna love it.
Sir, do not step in.
Look at this. Ow. Ow.
Sir, do not
ow,
step
you're
in,
hurting
please.
Me. Ow.
No one is hurting you. Please, exit the building.
Why are you acting like this?
I'm not acting like anyway, sir.
So the only reason you're not doing what you think you can do right now is because you know that you can't.
Thank you, Maria.
You know that you cannot. You know you can't.
It was so cringe when he was going, ow, and pretending to get hurt. This guy is so desperate for attention. He really wants to make a name for himself, but all he's managing to do is make himself look like a complete clown.
The guy who was literally there minding his own business is not the guy who was looking for attention. It's everything Auditor Troll says about this video that I've seen is the exact opposite of reality. It's like we're looking at two different videos. You and I are looking at one video and Auditor Troll is looking at a completely different video. Calling something that's a constitutionally protected right a crime. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
That's the reason why I'm not on the ground.
Give me an opportunity. Give me a reason on why you want to record in here. You said it's because of history, right? You said you want to record
That's
history.
already more information than I
Right?
can give you.
Okay, then I don't have to give you any information.
Sir, I didn't
Okay?
ask you for any. I did not once ask you for any.
Sir, if you don't mind, please exit the building.
And again, we'll go for the circular conversation. No.
I don't know why the audio slipped. The audio did not slip in the last one. How can the audio be slipping? Let's see. Let me refresh this page. 7:58. We're at the 7-minute and 58-second mark. Oh, Dakota, look at he's licking his paws here. 7:58. Let me get back here. All right, here we go.
I don't have to give you any information.
Sir, I didn't
okay?
ask you for any. I did not once ask you for any.
Sir, if you don't mind, please exit the building.
And again, we'll go for the circular conversation. No. No, thank you.
Okay.
Before I move on, I'm glad you mentioned that New Edge Design says Auditor Troll has a serious case of Stockholm Syndrome. That's where a victim who's long-term being victimized by their oppressor develops some kind of a deep-seated emotion for their oppressor to the point where they'll actually defend people who are oppressing them. That's sounds like what Auditor Troll's doing. He's defending a guy who would readily oppress Auditor Troll and everybody in his life that he claims to love. Everybody. That's a perfect example of Stockholm Syndrome.
That's fine.
Hey, let's do it again. Let's
You
do
want
it
a
again,
lawsuit?
boys.
Get a lawsuit.
Let's do it again, boys.
Other hand, please. Other hand, please.
For what?
Blind Justice, welcome. Yeah, Blind Justice asks a good question. What fraud is being alleged on behalf of the auditor? And for Auditor Troll, if you watch this video, I don't know if you will, but if you watch this, what is the specific fraud? What specifically is the wrongful or criminal deception? How can it be considered wrongful or criminal to just be standing in a public lobby in a police department filming? How is that? And if a public servant comes up to you and tells you you can't record, are you supposed to roll over and not stand for your rights? Good question, Blind Justice.
Okay. Here we go, guys.
Egg 200. I got one detained.
Got the smile. Let's try again. Hey, I'm gonna give you a personal thank you. You just became my new best friend. I didn't know you that well before, but now you really are, and not in jest. You are my new personal best friend. You are my new
Let's have him
personal
sit
best
right
friend. So why am I not going to the
Have a
to the
seat.
county? No, I'm good.
Have a seat, please.
No, thank you. And I'm actually not going to go in here because there are no cameras in here.
There's a body camera right here.
I don't care. I don't
Okay.
trust you or your.
Okay, that's
body
fine.
camera.
Where you want to sit? You want to sit back here?
No, I want to sit right here.
Go ahead, sit right here.
Well, at least this is more cordial. I'd rather this.
That's fine.
I know. It's not going to be fine for you.
That's fine as well.
Say goodbye to your qualified immunity.
That's fine as well.
Okay. That's unfortunate, man. How long you been doing this? You want to just take the cuffs off me? I might give you an opportunity.
No.
I might give you an opportunity. You in the state of South Carolina. I just
Okay,
might do
man.
it.
If you don't mind, just have a seat
No,
right
I
here
do
for me.
mind. I do.
So what do you want to do at this point?
I already told you I'm standing right here talking to
Okay.
you.
All right, that's fine. Stand right there then.
Perfect. What time are you off today? Nah, I didn't think so. Can you fix my sunglasses for me? Because you got rudely mess them up. Can you just push them off my face for a second? No? Can't help me out? Don't want to touch me again? Didn't think so. So now that we're best friends.
If he was really there to protect and serve, he would have helped him with his glasses. If he was there to protect and serve, he never would have put the torture cuffs on him.
No? Not very well anymore? You had like a rough morning this
Hey,
morning?
you
You
want
wake up on the wrong side of the bed or something?
What's that?
No?
Are they requesting
Who
a
is this to you?
25 at Buford or at Warren Street?
Is this your son or something? Hopefully not. I wouldn't want to be teaching my son that. You're not going to teach him much of anything anymore because your qualified immunity's gone. It's gone.
Legend has it that this guy's balls have grown so big that he can no longer wear regular pants. He had to cut fabric from parachutes. This guy, without quivering, without wavering in his voice, is standing there in handcuffs, still challenging the authority. This is freaking bravery. This guy is a freaking hero. When you think of the long range aspects of this right here, this guy is literally standing for the rights of every human being on planet Earth against the authorities who think that they have the right to do this kind of stuff to us. He's standing against every tyrant who's ever lived in the history of mankind, or whoever lives now, or whoever will live in the future, because he's doing that which is right. It is never wrong to do that which is right. Never. It never will be.
It's unfortunate. I didn't think I would be able to get you with it. I really didn't think so. That's crazy. My dad's going to love to hear it. Dex.
Yeah, for those asking, I think Dakota's like 10 or 11. We got him. He basically just walked up to us in a parking lot one time, and he was in a real bad way. And then Trish took him in and took care of him. He's incontinent right now. He's got to wear diapers, and he's losing sight. And well, actually, he lost total sight in this eye. But thanks for asking. He's like the best Chihuahua I've ever seen. My mom used to have a Chihuahua when we were growing up. Demon dog. Only loved my mom. You go near them in their basket, or her name was Ginger. You go near Ginger in her basket, or when she's eating food, you might as well just count a finger lost. So this is the most friendly Chihuahua I've ever met in my life. So thanks for the good comments about Dakota in the comment section.
Mr. Will too.
They want to meet with Ed
He'll
Buford.
think it's fucking hilarious. Hilarious. He will think this whole thing is hilarious. I do too. I'm loving it. This is great. By the way, I need a FOIA request on the body cam. After this, whenever you want to get that for me. Sound good? Am I free to go?
No,
No?
you're not.
I'm not. How come? So now you're not going to tell me why
You're
I'm not
detained.
free to go. For what?
No, you don't want to tell me anything or why you want to be here
What am I
or anything
detained?
like that.
For what reason
Okay.
am I detained? No,
For
not.
The only legitimate reason for any American or human being to detain or arrest another human being is if that human being committed a crime, and he must be stopped. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. You don't need laws, you don't need rules, regulations, or codes, or holy books, or anything else to show you that a person who's doing wrong to another must be stopped. You don't need that. All you need is common sense and a moral compass. That's it.
Trespassing.
On
okay?
what? Trespassing?
Trespassing. That's
Okay.
right. I've asked you to leave several times. You would not leave.
Why did you ask me
okay?
to leave? Why did you ask me to leave? Sir, you're not going to win this. I'm sure you got a lot of calls about me. And this is, that's unfortunate.
And that's
That's
100%
crazy.
fine.
That's
Okay?
crazy.
And that's 100% fine.
That's crazy.
Okay?
I can't even believe it. It's you. Wow. I didn't think I would get you.
Okay.
This is going to be a fun one. So you're just going to continue to make this worse for you in the state of South Carolina?
Who are you? What is your purpose?
You can call me good citizen.
If the officer behind the camera, the chief, did indeed resign, it might not be a bad thing because he is clearly way too soft on this frauditor. You already handcuffed him once. You identify him. If he doesn't want to identify, you book him in jail. You let him sit there. You fingerprint him until you figure out who he is. I mean, it's that simple. You don't have to engage in these circular conversations with this frauditor. It's completely pointless.
And with that, Frauditor Troll has single-handedly unraveled the underpinning of what makes his mind and his heart tick. Frauditor Troll is literally saying, if it was me with the uniform and I saw a guy recording in a public lobby, oh my God, I would have slapped the torture cuffs on him and thrown him into a RAPE cage too. I would have had the guy body cavity searched for having the audacity to think that he could walk in the fullness of his constitutional rights. That concerns me. It concerns me that there's even one human being walking around on earth that thinks it's okay to restrict the freedom of another human being simply because he didn't like what he was doing. Why couldn't the cop have just seen this guy recording in the public lobby and gone, hey man, how you doing? Oh, recording for historical purposes? Here, I got some brochures to show you. I love the fact that you're here exercising your constitutionally protected rights. Did you know that 20 years ago when I joined the law enforcement community, I swore to protect, defend, and uphold those constitutional rights? So it gives me great joy that you have that camera in our public lobby. But no, he couldn't do it. He could not do it. With body cam running, knowing that he's recording, the cop, Middleton, the police chief, knowing that he's recording, knowing that the man he's about to assault and accost is recording, he could not help himself. The tyranny had to come out because that's who he is. That's where you drill down to the character of the person. I don't care what your words say. What do your actions tell me? And Frauditor Troll is unveiling. Here's who I am. Here's what I would have done if I had the clown suit on.
Okay. And what is your purpose here within the city of New Ellerton?
Well, as of right now, I'm talking to you.
Okay. So you're talking to
Illegally
me.
detained
Okay.
with handcuffs on. You're in trouble.
Okay.
And you know it.
That's fine.
And you know it.
That's fine.
So I'm just going to sit here as long as you want me to sit here.
That's fine.
You know, Aiken is the fastest. Can you please push my sunglasses
No,
up?
I'm
man?
not
They're
going to push
fall
your
off my
sunglasses
face.
up. Is my phone over there?
You better start
Give me that,
Start making
not that one, the other one. No, the other one.
You better
I
start
appreciate
making
it.
some calls. So are you gonna legally or illegally seize my phone right now, or can I have that?
No, you can have your phone.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
There you go.
Taking 117,
Thanks.
closing out right
Now
here.
we're starting to backpedal a little bit. So are you gonna take the cuffs off me? Or are we gonna backpedal that far? Or no?
No, I'm not going to take the cuffs off you. You're detained?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Well, actually, yes, I am. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
About 14.
Well,
waiting
guys.
around you.
We are here in the New Ellerton.
This is a unique video for a couple reasons. Number one, the guy's about to get cuffed 3 freaking times by a police chief, not an underling. This is the top of the line. And while he's cuffed, he has the balls to record and go live, or maybe he's not live. Maybe he's just doing this as a, just a regular recording, but he has the balls to get out his video camera while cuffed and continue to record and document his experience with a clear tyrant.
I didn't know. What is this? I love how you took the badge off. It's crazy. This is crazy, man. You're in deep shit, brother. I don't even want to call you brother.
Hey, got a question for you. I have a gentleman here. This gentleman.
Is this your son?
Don't go in my office.
Why is that?
That's not my son. So step back over
Yeah,
here.
I'm sure it's not.
Okay.
I know it is. You don't need to.
I got a gentleman here in the
Lying to
office
the
who
public.
wants to record,
So people, he knows.
and I've told him several times to get out of my building. He is claiming that he has the right to come in here and record
Congratulations, my friend.
at the police department.
Congratulations, my friend. That's sad that you do not know your own laws as a chief.
Uh-huh.
As a chief, you are fucked. You are fucked, my friend. You're dismissed as well. I'm gonna walk away now. You're fucked, buddy.
Okay. 1 second.
Excuse me. Don't stop touching me.
Gotcha.
Stop touching
Okay.
me right
Well,
now.
I'd undetain him and we'll go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, undetained.
Did you hear what he said? I'll undetain him. So he talked to, I don't know, the attorney, the city attorney, or a higher up. He's the police chief, so I don't know who he'd be talking to. But the guy on the other end of the phone said, take him out of cuffs. You can't do that. This is the second time. Stay tuned. There is a third time. This is wild.
Dude, you better get people here, man. You better get people here. You better. Illegally detained, and look at that. The backpedaling went so far as the cuffs go.
That's right. I explained to him that
Let's
he was
see.
trespassing.
Let's
I
see.
no longer wanted him
Look at
recording into
the
this
use of
office.
Force, the ridiculous amount of force put on these cuffs. Ridiculous amount of force. Look at this. Dude, you're in trouble. You are in so much trouble, and I love it.
And that's what he
You
was
are in
doing.
so
He was
much
using the
trouble, and I love
phone
it.
pretty much where there was business.
Now, at this point, I would not advise saying what this guy is saying. And the reason I wouldn't is because your camera is a portable courtroom. Your camera is inviting the judge to see what you want the judge to see, and the jury. And you want the judge and jury to be sympathetic to your cause. So showboating and taking that victory lap is actually not I don't advise it. I'm not saying what he's doing is wrong. It just doesn't seem advisable. You really want to paint the picture. I mean, it's bad enough as it is. Don't get me wrong. But if you can insert something into this situation that shows that he's worse than you can possibly imagine, you got a really, really good case. Any lawyer will be chomping at the bit to take this case. Anyone.
And what is the signage for?
John Eagles here, the OG of Auditor, the original gangsta. San Joaquin Valley Transparency is here. Give him a shout out, guys. Put a 1 in the room if you love San Joaquin Valley Transparency.
Now we're on the back.
Okay.
Sorry you guys missed that. That was probably about 10 minutes of me being illegally detained and held against my will, asking to be let
Gotcha.
go. Being
So now the shit disturber has been let out of handcuffs again. I don't know why, but for some reason he has been let out of handcuffs again. And of course he's going to continue to stir the pot.
Frauder Troll literally said, I don't know why he let him out of torture cuffs. A guy who did nothing wrong, stood on his rights, has the balls to stand toe-to-toe against the authority and tell him you are freaking wrong. That what you're doing is anti-American. People died for the rights I'm exercising, and you're basically spitting all over their graves, dude. What is wrong with you? And Frauditor Troll's gone, oh, wait a second. I can't applaud because his tyranny wasn't oppressive enough from the perspective of Frauditor Troll. Dude, Josh, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
And trespass. So he's going to need to go back in handcuffs for a third time. Completely pointless, and he should have just been arrested on the spot the first time and call it a day.
hurt in the process. I can't even breathe correctly.
No, I get it. Son of Liberty says, I'm on the jury. I'm throwing this kid an extra $100,000 for his commentary. But you got to understand, people aren't thinking like you. If I was on the jury, I'd be so freaking excited. It'd be all I could do to stay in my seat. If they were playing this video in a courtroom, I'd be like, yes, yes, yes. But regular people, the propagandized masses who have been subject to the 15,000 hour public fool indoctrination program don't see it that way. They see gloating as they've been trained to think even if they see an officer do bad, their brainwashing is this officer good, officer can do no bad. So you have to help the jury decide in your favor. You have to help the judge who's part of the injustice system. You know, it's all a racket, guys. It's all a money-making, unjust, injustice racket. From the politicians who make the laws, which is all it is the opinions of politicians backed by force, and who's going to bring that force to bear? The law enforcement class. So you got the political class, you got the law enforcement class, and you got the judicial class who want to work against you. So help them out. Help them see the light. Help them to see how ridiculous it is by not taking the victory lap, by not showboating, by not being proud and puffing up your chest, but by going, dude, I am a representative of America. I am the representative of what the Statue of Liberty and New York Harbor is supposed to stand for. And you're basically kicking Lady Liberty in the knees right now and putting the cuffs on her wrist. Make it so freaking clear and undeniable, but that they can't help but say, you know what? 100,000. Let's give this kid 1.5 million. And I'm not even really fully on board with that, because that money doesn't come out of the coffers and the pension of this cop who it should come out of. It comes out of your pocket and my pocket if we lived in this area. And then their insurance premiums go up, and then your taxes go up. So it's this vicious injustice, deceptive, conniving, evil system. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the kid is doing wrong by taking a victory lap. I'm not saying that he's wrong by giving it what for to this guy, because we all want to do that. I'm just saying some people need a little bit more TLC. They need to be brought along. They're not anywhere near where you're at. They don't have anywhere near the knowledge or the exposure of what cops really are and what they do and what their modus operandi is. So that's all I'm saying. Not against this kid at all. He can do what he wants. I don't even think what he's doing, what he did, was close to being wrong. I'm just saying, from the perspective of a juror, hey, they need a little help because they are indoctrinated.
That's right.
I'm just trying to crush my ribs in between
Okay.
his hand and the door.
Gotcha.
And I have red marks on my wrists.
Yeah, and that's what he did. I told him he was detained, or what the case may be. And I'm like, dude, you about to...
Hey, Schizo, please don't spam in the room. Don't spam in the room, because every time you spam, it keeps somebody from typing what they want to type. So all I ask, guys, I'm not for censorship. I don't want to, put anybody in timeout or anything, but don't spam, because I equate that to, let's say 10 of us are in the room and we want to have a great conversation, a great discussion, and spend a lot of time together. And then an 11th person comes in the room and just starts yelling the same thing and the same thing. And now you can't get a word in edgewise and it becomes chaos. So that's what I equate this to. You don't really have the freedom to do that kind of stuff. So please don't spam. That's all I ask in the chat room. That's all I ask.
Go to jail because
In bed this morning.
or what the case may be. And you can hear him. Hey, you cannot curse in this
No, I
building.
can. I can say whatever the
Okay.
fuck I want to you. I can say
All right,
whatever the
deal.
fuck I want to you.
All right, I'm
go
going to
again.
detain him, Judge.
There we go
And he's
again.
arrested. All right.
This is
Here we go
the
again.
third
Let's go,
freaking
baby.
time.
Third time's a charm.
So he's talking to the
Third
judge?
time's a charm.
All right, this is a building you cannot curse.
No, I can't.
It's disorderly conduct.
No, it's-
Okay?
No, it's not. No.
Free speech, bro. I said you could say whatever. I'm just asking you not to spam. I didn't put you in timeout. Yeah, free speech, whatever. But do you really what's more powerful than free speech is the context of the golden rule. Do to others what you would want done to you. If you want to have a conversation, you don't want somebody coming in yelling so that you can't even have a conversation. You don't want that. So you wouldn't do that to somebody else.
Two different cases.
If you guys think I'm wrong in the comments, let me know.
No, two different cases.
All right.
First Amendment. So, are you gonna illegally?
Yeah, this is-
You're gonna
this is-
illegally seize my phone again.
No, I'm not
again.
illegally seizing anything.
Okay, here we go. See you later, guys. Have fun.
Good.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's
go. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't think today was the day, and not even you, man. I'm very happy, but I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed, man. I had so much respect for you. So much respect for you. So much. So much respect. It's not gone. I love it. I love you right now, actually.
Here you go. Have a seat.
I'm so happy. Oh my goodness.
Have a seat, please, sir.
I feel threatened right now. I don't really feel like listening
How?
to you.
15 steps, one. You can show me around to that well-being check.
So none of these are lawful orders, so I'm not going to listen.
I feel the kid said, I feel threatened. And the cop said, how? How? You've tied my hands behind my back. You're attempting to kidnap me. I feel a little, you have a gun and I don't. You're the police chief and you're exercising and exerting all this power and authority. You're the one who put your hands on me. You're in my face. You're in my space. That's why I feel threatened. I mean, isn't it obvious? God.
You're under arrest for
Use force
disorderly
if you'd like.
conduct.
Use
For disorderly
force.
conduct.
Use force
okay?
if you'd like. Let's try to stop.
Okay, let me just pause. People are asking who this guy is. This is the YouTube channel First Amendment Protection Agency. Here's the link right here. Go sub to him. Let's see. Okay, so right now he's got 8.59 thousand subscribers. There's 736 people in the room. Let's see if we can't get him over 9,000 before this live stream ends. This live stream's ending, probably in about the next 10 minutes. So here's the, hey, what's up, Cutson? Cuts one, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. All right, so there's this guy's link. Let's go to it right now. I've already subscribed. I've already hit the bell notification for all notifications because I want to see more content coming out from this guy. And, let's leave positive comments. If you think it's positive, leave positive comments under his video. See if we can't get him over 9,000 before 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Here we go. Back to it.
I'm not going to use force.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not.
So if you don't mind, please have a seat in the car.
Again, I do. And again, I want that FOIA request.
You will get a FOIA request. You will get the video, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate that. You're fucked, buddy.
Okay, man. Have a seat.
No. Use force and put me in there.
I'm not going to use force to
I
put you
didn't
in
think
there.
so. I didn't
Okay?
think so. I didn't think you would. That's why I'm going to stand right here.
This is ridiculous.
You know you
believe
are in
this.
so much deep shit right now, dude. This is why you've backpedaled time and time and time again. And it's all on camera.
I'm sure that the charges will stick and that he will be prosecuted for this, but the shitbag does have a point. The officer wasn't very decisive with his actions, and that's why he backpedaled. He should have made a decision and stick to it, which in this case, the right decision would have been to arrest him for trespassing. We see it happen all over the place. Frauditors get arrested for trespassing. If they don't leave, they go straight in handcuffs and straight to jail. Why is it?
You know what? This is actually an important point. What if the kid did get arrested? And what if he did get convicted? What if a jury passed down a decision that he is guilty and he violated the law and he did that which is wrong? It's irrelevant. We know that he didn't, not only did he not do anything wrong, he was exercising his First Amendment rights. What happens when you exercise? When you exercise, you stress the muscle out and you grow. When you exercise your rights, things can get a little bit uncomfortable. People do not like other people out there exercising their rights. It makes them uncomfortable. It makes them feel, inadequate, or it makes people feel like, man, who do you think you are being in this public place, in this post office or in this police department, recording? Because it's coming from an indoctrinated, manipulated, brain-pickled mind. But when you exercise your rights and you get that pushback, that's when you grow. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people out there who love freedom and who will champion the cause of liberty. This guy does, and that's why I count him as a hero, because he's literally standing against all odds. He's standing against the police chief, for God's sake, and not just the police chief. He's standing against everybody in that town who will stand behind that police chief no matter what, because he's got a clown costume on. And they believe that badges grant extra rights. That's what you're standing against. When you're standing against the police chief in a town or the sheriff or his deputies, you're standing against probably 95% of the people in that town who are brainwashed into thinking you've got to be wrong because they're calling you a criminal. That's how bad this is. So it doesn't matter to me. You know, truth fears no scrutiny. And truth is truth, even if nobody believes it. And lies are lies, even if everybody believes it. So if everybody's on board with this is the right charge, we know, we don't believe, we know it's wrong. Because we know the guy didn't commit a crime. How do we know he didn't commit a crime? Because there was no victim. They created a criminal out of nothing if they charge this kid. So it's really irrelevant if a jury or a judge or the state passes down a charge and it sticks. The question is, do you want to be able to sleep at night with a truly clear conscience? Not, I have to lie to myself to be able to go to sleep. Not, I'm engaged and immersed and cemented in cognitive dissonance to try to convince myself that something that's clearly wrong is obviously right. Like Frauditor Troll is doing, Josh, whatever his name is. It's really irrelevant. The question is, are you doing right? Are you standing on that which is right? Are you standing on principle? And in my estimation, unless you can tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section, he's standing on our rights, our freaking God-given, unalienable, nobody gave them to you, nobody can take them away rights.
Different this time.
And that's 100%
It's all on
fine.
camera, dude.
And that's 100% fine.
See you later. And you got
But you
so
cannot-
many
you
of your
cannot
people
cuss,
just
you
got
cannot
their jobs
cuss.
back because of COVID.
Sure you can. You can even take a shirt or a sign into a courtroom, according to, what is it, Cohen v. California, that says, F the draft. You cannot cuss. You cannot exercise your freedom. First, there's nobody else's in the lobby. That makes it crystal clear that you can say whatever. You're not disturbing people. You're not disturbing the peace. You're not getting all wild. You're not threatening anybody. This cop is literally saying, in my lobby, you don't have freedom of the press and you definitely don't have freedom of speech. And I'm taking away all your rights because now you're in handcuffs and you're about to go in the back of my police cruiser, which you paid for.
And just got back pay for almost a year and a half to 2 years. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It's already cost so many states so much money, and you're just adding to it, man.
Okay, that's fine.
Just adding to it.
Okay.
That's sad. This is unfortunate. What's up, guys? What time is it?
Sir, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct.
At least the phone is still recording. There we go.
Disorderly conduct. Standing, you know what? That's why I have this on my hat. Do you read that? A free press matters. Why? Because it's a free press that is responsible for calling out tyranny and holding accountable those who claim to be in power. Disorderly conduct. He's literally turning a right into a crime.
Go.
You're under arrest for disorderly conduct, so please have a seat in the
Okay,
video.
put me in the car then. Use some force and put me in the car.
I love this
Not going to
kid.
use force
I
to put
did
you in the
not
I
car.
love this kid. This kid is I don't know where he lives. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know where he's going in life. But as this point in time, he is my spirit brother. He is your spirit brother. He is standing against the venomous fangs of tyranny. Oh, you're using hyperbole. No, actually, I'm not even putting it strong enough. Because I don't think I'm capable. I don't think I'm capable of articulating how important this freaking interaction is, and that every American, every Canadian, every Mexican, every New Zealander, every Japanese person, everybody on planet Earth needs to see this video.
So once again,
Okay.
circular conversation.
You
all day.
are a grown man.
Yes.
You can get
I'm
in
a
this
grown
car.
man that's making my
Okay.
own decisions.
That's
And
right,
I'm not
you
gonna
are.
get in this car unless I'm forced in there.
God,
Why don't you do it? if
I'm
you
not
want me
going to
in there?
force you to get in.
Again, circular conversation. Didn't think so. Didn't think so.
This guy, he's
I
young.
suggest-
He's young. He's just starting off. He's a beginning frauditor, and he's at this level. That's freaking exciting, man.
You just take the fucking cuffs off now, and you walk away and go about your day.
I do not think that I, standing there in handcuffs, could be as decisive and succinct and articulate and brave and Bravo. Put a 1 in the room if you think this guy does. By putting a 1 in the room, you're saying this guy, without a doubt, without wavering, stood for our human rights.
Because you're already
And if you disagree, put a 2 in the room. Let's hear you. And then make your case. If you put a 2 in the room, you got to make your case. This is so freaking exciting and infuriating at the same time.
to begin with.
No, what's messed up is you're here provoking things.
No, I did not say a word
okay?
to you. You came up to me
That's right.
and caused a problem.
I got a call
You're
about you up
asking
there
the public-
recording
Right.
in business. There is
Yes.
business that's going on in that window.
Right, and
you're
where am
recording.
Business, there's literally nobody in there but his son. I think it's his son in the office. There's no the cop is just lying about everything.
In
Am
that
I
building.
And even if there was business, it wouldn't matter because he's not disturbing anybody. The disruption didn't come until a badged, uniformed, costume clown walked up to a guy with a camera and said, "That's getting under my skin. I gotta put hands on him." It's like remember in Star Wars, there was this tractor beam and it just attracted the Millennium Falcon. Tyrants are attracted to violence and to brutality, and that's all they know. And I gotta get my hands have got to go on this guy. What's going on here? God, man.
Restricted areas?
Okay.
Am I in restricted areas?
You're
You don't
recording
even know
in
your
that
own laws
restricted
that you're
area.
here to enforce.
Okay.
This is a fucking sad day.
Okay.
A sad day for New Orleans.
Okay, sir.
A sad day for the state of South Carolina, man. But a happy day for me. You're gonna bring a lot of publicity to this town now.
That's fine.
So be prepared for your
Okay.
face to be on the map everywhere.
So the shitbag is saying that you're gonna bring.
So the guy who stood for Josh's right so that he can have the freedom to be fraud or troll is calling this kid an S-bag. I don't even. It's like, okay, let's make this metaphorical, okay? It's like, do I have keys? I don't have any keys. It's like this kid has the key to freedom. And Frauditor Troll is sitting in a dungeon. He's sitting in a dark, smelly, damp, dirty, piss-stained dungeon. And this kid walks up with the key and he turns it in the keyhole and he opens the door. And Frauditor Troll goes, "You S-bag," and clangs the door shut. That is the metaphorical equivalent of what Frauditor Troll is doing here. And I've tried to understand it. And I can't wrap my head around it. I'm trying to look on Frauditor Troll's side. I'm trying to understand what the wrongdoing was. I'm trying to see what the fraud was. I'm trying to look for the wrongful or criminal deception that this kid was engaged in. And I honest to goodness can't find it. Frauditor Troll, you've got a right under this video. And I will pin it. Frauditor Troll, do this, please. Because I would be interested in talking to you if I knew that you could have a conversation in good faith. But here, do this, please, Frauditor Troll. I'm not, just do this if you want to. Underneath this live stream video, because the chats are allowed and all that kind of stuff, put a comment and detail exactly why you think this kid committed a crime. Tell me exactly how you think, not how you believe, but exactly how you think this kid was engaged in wrongful or criminal deception, which is the definition for fraud. And you in your video called him a tough guy frauditor. So you're saying a tough guy criminal engaged in deceptive, wrongful practices. Put that under there, and I guarantee you, if I see it, I will pin it to the top so that everybody can consider what you have to say, because surely you want to persuade us. I want to persuade you. I want to persuade you toward freedom. And I think that you think you're on the side of freedom, Frauditor Troll. So put up the best write-up you can on, because why wouldn't you back your assertion? Your assertion is he's engaged in criminal and wrongful activity. Why wouldn't you back it up? Just be a man. Step up to the plate and describe exactly why you made the assertion. Because, this is, there's some, what's it called? If you write it, it's libel. This is literally libel. If you say it, what is it called if you say it? It's libel if you write it, and I don't know, the word escapes me. But basically, you're besmirching the character of this kid by calling him a criminal and somebody who's engaged in wrongful activity. So put your specific articulate defamation. Thank you, New Edge. It's defamation if you say it. It's libel if you write it. Auditor Troll did both. In his video, he said it, defamation, and in his title, he wrote it, libel. So if the guy is not criminal, if the guy is not engaged in wrongful activity, then you have actually engaged in criminal wrongful activity, which would make you what, Frauditor Troll? I mean, that's your name, right? Frauditor Troll is your name. So aren't you engaged in a bit of fraud of your own if the kid is not a fraud? I mean, it's an honest question. And I just want you to write it. If I see that you wrote something, I will pin it so that the entire world can see this. I want this video right here to get at least 1 million views. It probably won't. It probably won't even get 15, 20,000. But I would love for it to get 15 million, 150 million. This should go viral because every single American, every single Canadian, Americans, that's 321 million, take out the kids. I don't mean take out the kids, kids who can't type and think for themselves or whatever. Let's just say 160, 170 million adults should see this video and weigh in on it and realize what's going on. And then get some knowledge, because knowledge is power, and stand for your rights. Because if you don't stand for them, if you don't exercise them, they will atrophy, you will lose them, and pretty soon we're going to be in boxcars, we're going to be in the camps, and all will be lost. If we can't unite and align on something that appears to me to be so obvious on this, then we don't have a chance against the CBDCs, the central bank digital currency, when they take all of our fiat notes and change them into digital so that they can take and remove them if you violate their social credit system. We don't have a chance. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell of defeating that if we can't see that this is clear tyranny that this kid was subjected to, and he, in the name of liberty, stood up to it on behalf of himself and all the peoples of the frickin' earth. No hyperbole. So for Auditor Troll, that's my request to you, is that you watch this video, and if you disagree, put your disagreement and tell us why you called this kid a fraud. Because in my opinion, not only is he not a fraud, he's a frickin' ballsy, brave, courageous hero. And I don't care if, you know what? He does it for views. He wants to make money. He wants to be monetized on YouTube. I want him to be monetized on YouTube. I want his video to get 500 million views. I want it to kick out the most popular frickin' music video on Venmo and YouTube. That's how important it is. We are going to lose everything. Your sons and daughters will lose everything. Your grandchildren will lose everything. You will lose everything. We can be swatted under a freaking red flag law if you're in Walmart with a sidearm to protect yourself, your family, and everybody else in your zone of influence. If some anonymous caller calls your mayor, calls the police department, and goes, and they follow you home and get your license number and find out where you live, this guy's a danger to himself and to others. And they can swat your freaking house under a red flag law, depending what state you're in. And if you doubt that, the very first executed, no pun intended, the first executed red flag law in the United States happened in Maryland, in Ferndale. The guy's name was Gary Willis. They visited his house at 5:17 in the morning because somebody said he's a danger to himself and others. He wasn't. And it ended with the expiration of his life. That's the America we're living in right now. That's the United States of America, which according to Title 28, Section 3002, 15A, the United States equals, and I quote, the United States equals federal corporation. Kieran Tibbetts, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you very much. I don't want to live in that America. I don't even want to live in the 1776 America because if you read history, there was a lot of tyranny going back then, and they were calling people who are human beings a third of a human being. I want to live in a revised America that is hypersensitized to what freedom really is and what tyranny really is, and everybody rise up, defending themselves, getting a spirit about them, stepping up to the plate and defending the liberties for everybody at all times, in all places, and getting rid of the frickin' traffic code, which in the eyes of the law enforcement community trumps individual rights trumps constitutional rights. You think you got constitutional rights at a traffic stop? Try leaving. Try exercising your right to travel when the cherries and berries have been activated behind you. Guess what they're going to do? They will hunt you down. Dogs on the ground, birds in the air, spotlights, cruisers going 150 miles an hour to catch you if you leave my traffic stop, boy. You don't have rights. When you're in the presence of a law enforcer and they think you violated a traffic law, you have lost all your rights. Doesn't that concern you? Doesn't it concern you that you have to go to the DMV to get permission to drive, which you're not really driving? Unless you're doing it in like a corporate business capacity. They've literally taken away our right to travel. And it's like that proverbial frog boiling in the water. They just turn up the heat a little bit at a time. They don't take all your rights away at once. Like, it's attributed to Hitler, but somebody else, Pat Miller, wrote a book and they attributed this to Hitler. But they said the way you execute tyranny is you take away the people's rights in tiny little increments by 1,000 tiny imperceptible reductions until you get to the point where, hey, it's past that you can't do anything about it. Because now this is the law of the land. And now you're sunk and you got nothing to do because for the last 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, you bought it, you applauded it, you supported it, you gave money to it. So obviously you're okay with it. I want to use this channel and my voice to turn things around, and we can do it. It looks hopeless. Looks like it ain't going to turn around. But damn, man. I don't even say damn. Darn it. We got to do something, man. I mean, we need passion based on principle. People, almost everybody has moved away from principle. That's what the public fool indoctrination system teaches you to do. Hey, just trust the authorities. Believe in the government. We're your mommy. We're your daddy. Welfare state, warfare state. It's necessary. Well, guess what? Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants, and it's the creed of slaves. You know why it's the creed of slaves? Because they were indoctrinated into believing that the chains of their oppression were comfortable, and it's the only way to go, and freedom is scary. Guess what? Freedom is scary. Freedom is dangerous. Freedom is uncomfortable. Freedom will make you think, make you work. And freedom is not cheap. It's expensive. It'll literally cost you everything. But you know what's more expensive? You know what's more egregious? You know what's more dangerous? When they take away your freedom and they call your number and say, get on the boxcars. We're firing up the ovens for you. And if you think that's hyperbole, then you don't know history. I know most of history is a lie, but there's some stuff you can weed in there and you can ferret out the truth. And it does not go well for people who bend the knee to tyrants. And guess what? This guy right here, that's why I applaud this kid right here. He did not bend the knee. He was in a precarious situation. His life, the whole time we were watching this video, his life was literally on the line. People have been shot to death for less than what he did. Daniel Shaver was literally trying to obey every single freaking command from Philip Brailsford and his Mesa Police Department henchmen in that hallway of that La Quinta Inn, and he lost his life. This guy was resisting the entire time. People have lost their lives for way less than this. Philando Castile was just obeying the order to show his concealed carry license. And as he was pulling it out, 7 slugs. Boom, 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 boom. Philando Castile trying to obey, gone. I can't stand when people say, if you just obeyed, if you just complied, if you just did what they said, it would have gone well for you. Guess what? That doesn't work. We see people resisting, boom, gone. Complying, gone. Asking questions, asserting their rights, gone. Either gone, like their souls are no longer in their bodies, or gone, you don't have any more freedom. So what are we going to do? We're literally, every day of our lives, we're at a crossroads because tyranny doesn't stop. And people who want to take your freedoms, they don't stop scheming and planning. So you shouldn't stop fighting. If what I'm saying is resonating, put a 1 in the room. Thank you guys for taking your time out on a Monday evening. It's 7:20. We've already been going at it for an hour and 8 minutes. I try to get these things done as quickly as possible because I don't want to interfere with your time. But man, if you know, if you know of a person who's actually making waves, making headway, advancing freedom, tearing down the veil of tyranny, like Sean Paul Reyes did, Long Island Audits, that was a huge, I cannot even express to you how massive of a win that is. For one man standing toe-to-toe against the biggest police force, not just in America, but in the entire world. 36,000 sworn officers in the NYPD, 19,000 additional non-officers, the biggest law enforcement agency on our planet, and Sean Paul Reyes goes toe-to-toe and actually wins a case. That gives me hope, man. That's like, there was a pinhole of hope. Now he's just torn this big quarter size or $50 size hole in the dark veil of tyranny. We can do it. He didn't do it alone. He stood alone. He's the one that had to go to jail. He's the one that had to pay the court costs. He's the one that had to buy the lawyers. But we, the people, stood with him. And he prevailed. And if he can do that, what sky is the freaking limit? That's how exciting it is. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. That is not a hollow statement. I love each and every one of you. I even love you, Frauditor Troll. I even love you. I love you enough to not bow down to tyranny. I love you and your family enough to not back away from my rights, because I know if I do that, I'm backing away from your rights. And I like what this one guy said. I'm going to do a video on this guy. Who is it? Where is it? Let's see if I can find it. This guy, let's see. There's a couple videos I have up here. It was Mr. Checkpoint. Was this it? Bear with me. Let's see. No, that's not it. It was this guy, David Lee Brookhaven from the Mr. Checkpoint channel. This guy, right? I think he shows his face. Yeah, this guy right here.
I did not commit.
His name is David Lee. I think his name is David Lee from Brookhaven, Pennsylvania. Let me get this right.
Get a supervisor.
Where is it? Yeah, David Lee from Brookhaven, Pennsylvania. And he's with this kid, and they pull him over because his plate didn't come back to anybody. Well, he says that's not legitimate. And I agree. So he basically said, in so many words, he said it way, way better than I'm about to say it. But he said something like, if I give in to tyranny, as uncomfortable as it may be, I may be going to prison, but my freedoms and your freedoms are worth fighting for. Give me liberty or give me death is basically what this David guy said. I can't wait to go over this because this is another guy. He did not give an inch. They wanted his ID because, like David from San Joaquin Valley Transparency said, it's like cracked. It's like, oh God, I got to get your ID. It's our policy. Because it's our policy, I have to have it. ID. They're just frothing at the mouth to get this guy's ID. And he's like, no, I am not giving it. I know this seems light. I know this seems insignificant. You're not getting my ID though. Because once you get the foot in the door on that, what else do you want to take? Allie Bell says, love you, Brian. I love you back. Thank you for that super chat. I love you back. I love you all back. Was there something else that I missed? Was there another super chat that I missed? Cliff Williams says, organize a constitutional rights convention. Oh, there's another thing. Okay, before you guys go, 641 in here. There's only 637 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. It really does help with the algorithms. And then when this video gets done rendering, please leave a comment because the engagement really brings the ratings up. I want people to see this. I'm going to try to make this a little shorter because, attention span of Americans and people around the world seems to be pretty short because, I don't know, social media or whatever. They're not getting their dopamine hit. I don't know. But I do want people to see this because I want them to walk away from the fact that there's a man out there, this kid right here, First Amendment Protection Agency, who stood against the tides of tyranny, the darkness, the evil of despotism. And he's going to prevail. And even if he doesn't prevail on the judicial side or the law enforcement side or the court of public opinion or what the jury says, he has prevailed in, I don't know, what do you call it? I don't know, the enigmatic universe. I don't know, but we know what's right and we know what's wrong. And we know who did right and who did wrong in this video right here. So what I wanted to say was regarding Jacksonville, not Jacksonville. Oh, crap. It's Jackson, Mississippi. Regarding Jackson, Mississippi and going to the Civil Rights Museum, carrying the God Bless the Homeless Vet sign in honor of Jeff Gray, who got kicked off of the Civil Rights Museum property by two non-white guys, let's put it. I haven't landed on a date yet. It's kind of, I forgot that November, it's got Thanksgiving and people are traveling and we want to see family and all that kind of stuff. So it may be December because I mean, there's so much stuff going on this month pre-Thanksgiving and then after Thanksgiving. So it might be December, and I hate doing that because it's going to get colder and colder as we enter the winter solstice. So it'll probably be sometime in December. I have not forgot about Jackson, Mississippi. I definitely want to do that, but it's going to take a time commitment and I can't break free right now. So if you're interested in going with me, and other auditors have called me and said, hey, dude, I'm on board with this. I think Leroy Truth said he was, and some other people. If you are interested in going up there and peacefully exercising our rights on the same steps that Jeff Gray from Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigations was on, put a 1 in the room. Let me know if you're at least tentatively thinking about it. For me, Jackson, Mississippi is like 11 or 13 hour drive, something like that. But I'm willing to do it because it's worth it. It's worth it. So let me know. Thanks for the 707 likes. Remember to leave a comment. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the super chats. Got $60.96 worth of super chats just real quick. That's from Kieran Tibbetts, Cliff Williams, and Allie Bell. Thank you very much. If you want to support this channel, support this kid before you support me. Go to, not for Auditor Troll, but go to this kid's channel and support him. Oh, let me refresh the page. Let's see if he hit 9,000 yet. He only needed like 400. Oh, he got, let's see, what did it go from? What was that last number? 59 to 72. So he went from 590 to 720. So he probably gained just shy of 200 subscribers during this broadcast. Here's his, let me put his, there's his link right there. Subscribe to him. Hit the bell notification so you can get the alerts when he sends out new content, and let him know if you want. Let him know, here's the deal, sent you. But if you want to give to anybody, don't give to me. Give to this guy. But let's see if he had. But don't give to him like through YouTube because they take 40%, man. Yeah, what were you doing?
I'm just sitting here.
So thank you for the super chats, but it kills me that they take 40%, $4 of every 10 that you give. Let's see if he has a Cash App. He needs a Cash App. If you want to give to this channel, that's fine. Give to him first or whatever. Give to your favorite auditors. It really helps them. It encourages them. It gives them the funds that they can use in case they get in a situation where the tyrants take over and they got to, buy lawyers to, lawyer up. So if you want to give, there's the links in the description. I do have a Cash App. I don't have Venmo anymore or PayPal because they terminated me, or grab a shirt or whatever. Just whatever you want to do. I appreciate you guys. And I do push that, one more thing. While there's 588 people in here, I push this right here because I read over it and I believe in it. If you want to get this, you don't have to buy this. Chili will actually give it to you for free if you can't afford it. Okay, so people are like, it's charlatan, whatever. Guys, I think this is one of the greatest things since sliced bread. If you have a problem with silence and you want to tell the cop, you want to put him on blast and say, hey, you swore to protect and defend my rights. Here, look, I am going to exercise my right to remain silent, and check out these laws right here. Look at these Supreme Court cases that you're supposed to abide by that you're not. Put them on blast. Never, ever give them consent. And if you can't talk to them the way an auditor can talk to them, a seasoned auditor, the best thing you can do is remain silent. The more you talk, the more they data mine and build a case against you. If you want this, I got a link in the description for it. If you don't, and you say you can't afford it, just give your email. They'll give it to you for free. Not a big deal. So I appreciate you guys. And I understand, people have personality issues with different auditors. I personally think it is time to, if we can, put down our disagreements. Like I said, if we can. I understand if people, have a serious problem, who am I to say it's not serious enough? We need to suck it up and unify. I get, there are things that I don't understand that's going on, okay? But if we can unify, why not do it? None of us is greater than all of us. Member, is that a new member? Oh, that's Selwindin. Am I saying that right? Selwindin, welcome aboard. Thanks for being a member. I appreciate all you members. Appreciate everybody supporting. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for leaving a comment. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Remember, the price of freedom is what? It's eternal vigilance. And indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. Remember, the state is that great fiction by which everyone lives at the expense of everyone else. The cops do what they do because they're getting a paycheck. They're not moralists. They're conformists. They're doing what they're told regardless of what is right. They need to be doing what is right regardless of what they're told. Isn't that right, Dakota? Dakota loves everybody. And I love you guys too.